everyone, and welcome back to the Geekvolution Omnibus. I am Captain Logan.
And I'm Eric.
And it's the Halloween 2018 themed Omnibus. Eric and I are going to review all kinds of horror and Halloween-y related stuff. I think there's almost nothing that's not connected to this theme this time, Eric.
That's pretty good.
It's an easy theme. It's not like Power Rangers or Transformers, which we didn't even manage. You know, this one's pretty easy. Did we do a Halloween themed one last year? I know we did a straight up Christmas themed one. I don't think we did. But I'm trying to remember if we.
No, I think
we did some things for Halloween, but was that pre-omnibus?
That's pre-omnibus.
That's what it is.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool, because this seems like a thing we would do every time.
Yep. Yeah, it does. No, that makes sense.
I guess last year we were still doing like multiple horror things for He Made Me Watch.
Yeah.
Which we're also gonna do this evening, but a little bit less because it's one show.
Yeah, 3 not 4 this time.
Yeah, well, actually, I didn't tell you how I organized it, but we're actually going to do 2 movies for that, and then we're going to put your other He Made Me Watch into Primetime Crisis, beat that.
Oh, cool. Cool.
I thought that was probably the right place to put that. But anyway, so happy Halloween, everybody. This is coming out a bit before Halloween. Usually we would try to do this a little bit closer to the end of the month, but because of where Halloween falls and because of where the release for the movie Halloween coming out next week for us, already out probably by the time you see this, or real close, we thought we would go ahead and do this now and put this out. And as Eric mentioned to me the other day, we're practically going to have a Halloween part 2.
We have quite a bit of Halloween stuff coming out.
Because there's a lot more horror stuff. I want to say...
horror. Not Halloween, but horror.
Yeah, I want to say that and just stuff that's like kind of just in that vein and spooky stuff.
Keep watching. I mean, you'll probably keep watching horror stuff. I usually watch horror stuff, but you'll probably keep watching horror stuff.
This is a weird year for me, where, and there's still, and I should mention, there are still some things that were requested for October that are kind of horror Halloween related that I haven't gotten to yet. If you have something that you requested, my patron requesters that I haven't gotten to yet, that's either from last month or this month, I'm a little bit behind on requests. I'm not doing anything tonight that's not related to the theme of the show. Yeah, so please don't please don't be upset if your thing isn't reviewed on this show. I'll be doing more solo videos for those things here in the coming days and weeks. But anyway, so I want to say, Eric, that the film industry in particular has done the best job this year in probably like just memory of my whole lifetime in getting Halloween stuff out at Halloween, like in October. It seems like everything that you'd want to come out this month has come out this month.
For a while.
Be it good or bad.
Yeah,
because we complain about this all the time. Where it's like, why is your horror thing... Not that everything horror has come out at Halloween, but especially things that take place at Halloween.
Yeah.
Why is this the first Halloween film that came out in October? I think that's right.
I don't think that's right.
Is that not right? Okay.
I don't think so. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure Rob Zombies came out in October, but
okay,
I could be wrong.
Okay.
I don't think Halloween 2 did. I think Halloween 2 was a July one. The Rob Zombie Halloween 2, I think, which makes sense. It's not really about Halloween.
Yeah, but anyway.
But yeah, no, we have, since the Saw movies, worked on annual franchises. So, Saw came out every Halloween. And then Saw got replaced by Paranormal Activity, which came out every Halloween. I think Purge is the current one that we're doing now every Halloween. But at least there's a good smattering of it this year. Like, I don't know if usually we get as good a smattering of, like, and this is kind of horror-y, and this is kind of horror-y, and, like, we're doing a bunch of different stuff. That's nice. Yeah,
Netflix
is releasing Castlevania in October this year?
Yeah, so that's nice. And they just released, House on Haunted Hill?
Did they really?
Yeah.
A remake?
Or a TV show. I'm not even sure.
Do you know my thing with that movie, with the original movie?
I don't know anything about that. I'm just reporting what I saw on Netflix.
I will never rewatch House on Haunted Hill.
Why?
Because I saw it at...
Were you scared of something?
Well, I saw it at like 12, at like 2 in the morning on TV, and it scared me.
Wow.
And I don't want it to not be scary, so I won't go back to it. Like, I know I won't be scared by it, and so I won't go back to it.
It's called Haunting of Hill House.
That's a different thing with a similar premise.
Yes. And it looks like it is a film.
And also could be the movie that
it's not. No, it's a TV show.
I was pretty sure House on Haunted Hill is the one that scared me, but Haunting a Hill House could also be. Whichever one ends with a girl hitting a car or hitting a tree with a car. That's the one that scared me.
Was that also a movie?
Yeah, they're both movies. I think Haunting at Hill House is also a book.
Okay.
But I'm not sure. One of them had Vincent Price in it.
I'll tell you right now.
And that was remade with Ian
I'm
Mason.
going to learn more this evening than I'm going to be giving insight. That is for certain.
Did you finish all the franchise you were going through?
Yeah, all but the remake. I didn't get to that.
Which I've never seen.
Oh, okay. Cool.
I never bothered to watch it.
And you can help me talk about that because
okay.
you know, and I mean, I'll mention
I didn't
it now.
go back through the films, but I'm much more familiar with this franchise than I am Halloween.
Sure, yeah. So I didn't figure that you'd have to. I thought about waiting for you, and then I was like, you know those pretty well. So I mean,
I'm excited to talk about the last one.
I'll review, but
I hate that movie.
Yeah, I know you do. I think I probably like it more than.
Okay, I'm interested. I'm interested.
But I'm curious now that I've seen it to know more about your issues with it. Nobody knows what we're talking about. So I'm a little bit later in the show, and Eric's going to help me out. I'm going to be doing another overview segment. These have been going really well.
Yeah,
people seem to really like them, so I want to do more of them.
Friday's next.
I want to do something else in between, probably.
Okay.
Just because I'm starting to get burnt out on this kind of thing. But I'm going to be doing Nightmare on Elm Street. I did the 7, so the 6 movies, and then New Nightmare. And I have seen Freddy vs. Jason before. I may revisit it when I go through the Jason movies. I elected not to do that this time, partly because of time and partly because I've never seen the Jason movies, so I didn't really want to talk about it yet, even though I've seen it before. But anyway, so without giving too much away about that when I get to it later, I think the Nightmare movies are better overall than the whole of the Halloween franchise, but I started getting burnt out on it.
Okay.
Just because this isn't my genre, it's not my kind of thing, and like my eyes started to glaze over after a few of these.
You didn't like 6 as much as I did you?
I liked 6 a lot.
It's really funny, right?
And compared to... We'll talk about it when we get there.
Okay.
No, it's...
6 is my favorite. I don't know if you know that. 6 is my favorite.
I thought 2 was your favorite because it's just insane.
No, I like 2, but 6 is my favorite.
6 might be my favorite. I'm not sure. I think 3 is almost objectively the best of them.
It is.
Story-wise.
I agree.
It's the closest to a real movie those ever get. But we'll get there.
The 3D glasses and take this. These will help you.
And then when she comes back in the real world, they're still invisible. I don't understand what's going on.
Do you know why that's there? Do you know that section is 3D in the film?
Is it really?
When it's released, that is the cue to the audience. Put on your 3D glasses now.
That's great.
Yeah, they're just like, here, take these in the dream world. These can be anything.
That's 91. We were doing that kind of thing a lot. Like, yeah, I know they look stupid here. No, they're great.
We'll talk about it.
That movie also, I think, hands down, has the best acting of all of those.
6?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because the main girl in that, who's actually not a teenager, can act.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she's just legitimately like an actual actor, which made which made New Nightmare really difficult for me.
She's awful.
She's awful. We'll get there. And then I read a review. I was looking at period reviews, and somebody was
acting like she's a huge celebrity. Everyone's dying to know what she's doing.
Brilliant
career.
I know. And this brilliant acting job from Heather, whatever her last name is, and I'm like,
Langenkamp.
Stop talking. Stop it. Anyway, so we'll talk about that a little bit later. Hey, Eric, we haven't done this in a while. Let's take a quiz.
Sure.
We're gonna do a quiz on horror films.
Oh boy.
We're gonna have. So this is, as always, from funtrivia.com. Check out funtrivia.com. They're great.
I'm not convinced I'll be great at that.
They should give me an endorsement for all the
horror is very much for me like a passive fandom.
For them.
Like I know comics, horror movies like I watch, and but it doesn't stick super in my brain.
See, everything is relative because your passive to me is like my expertise much of the time. Anyway, so this is going to give us kind of a synopsis in weird like narrative form. I've not really read through this yet, and then we just have to pick the movie. Okay, so the instructions say. What's that?
I could probably do this.
You could probably do this, yeah. So, in my town, there's a magic horror section. All the video covers are blank, but picking up a box to read the summary will take you into that movie. The only way out without getting slashed is to answer what movie you've stumbled upon.
Okay.
Good luck. Here we go. The first one, alone in the section, you pick up a box and start reading. Suddenly, you're walking through a deserted parking lot when from behind you, you hear, "Helen, be my victim. Who or what is after you?"
Is it multiple choice?
Yes. Candyman, Psycho, Aliens, or Hannibal?
Helen be my
Helen.
victim.
Yeah, I've never seen Candyman.
I've also never seen Candyman.
So it might be that.
It's not Psycho.
And it's not Psycho. It's not
Hannibal.
Aliens.
So it must be Candyman.
It must be Candyman. Yeah.
We both should have seen Candyman.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan. Like, and that's the thing that for a lot of people, that's what he's Tony Todd. That's what he's most known for.
It's a Clive Barker movie. I don't know if you know that. I mean, he didn't make it, but it's a Clive Barker film. It's a
Okay.
Clive Barker short story.
You survived. Yay!
Hooray.
Carefully, which is funny because it's not really linked to your actually getting it right. You know, because you just move on. Okay, you survived. Carefully picking up another box, you begin to read.
Why would I pick up another box? What is wrong with me?
You look up suddenly and find out you're not in the video store anymore. Instead, you're in a deep well. A shadowy figure at the top of the well. We should already know what it is. We're in a deep well
It's
here.
the ring, right?
No.
Oh.
A shadowy figure at the top of the well shouts down. It puts the lotion on its skin,
Oh,
or
it's
else it gets the hose again. That silences the lambs. Picking up another box. Yeah, we're crazy.
Why do we keep doing this?
You're abruptly transferred to a sunny
That one
day.
could have ended really badly.
Standing in the middle of the street with three other people. Yeah, and we might not even be getting these correct. Standing in the middle of the street with three other people, you turn as a man says, "You got a letter? I got run over." Helen gets her hair chopped off. Julie gets a dead body in her trunk, and you get a letter. Oh, that's balanced. You recognize these people from what movie? Joyride, I Know What You Did Last Summer, The Faculty, or Disturbing Behavior. The only one of those four I've ever seen is I Know What You Did Last Summer. And I think that might be it, but
I saw
I'm
The
not
Faculty
sure.
a long time ago. I Know What You Did Last Summer, I kind of half saw on television when I was like 12.
I remember there being a dead body in the trunk in I Know What You Did Last Summer, but that might not tell us anything.
Reread the description.
You got a letter, I got run over, Helen gets her hair chopped off, Julie gets a dead body in her trunk, and you get a letter. Oh, that's balanced.
Yes, I'm pretty sure that is I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Is that right?
Because
I haven't seen that in over a
decade.
decade.
He does like specialized kills based on the things they've committed.
Yeah.
And I assume one of them just gets a letter.
Quickly moving down the aisle, you slowly take another movie from the shelf. Ahead of you, a tiny woman is explaining something to a woman and a
Poltergeist.
man. She says it lies to her. It tells her things only a child can understand. To her, it simply is another child. To us, it is the beast. But is it 1, 2, 3, or 4? It's not 1.
I've only ever seen the first one.
I'm gonna go for 2.
Okay.
Because I think the beast is 2, if
Okay.
memory serves. That was another one I thought about doing.
I want to say I looked this up when we
And I've
did
not seen that.
Poltergeist last year, and there was something
Years
about
and years.
somebody was called the Beast, and then the follow-up film explains like what the Beast is. It's like just a dude.
Yeah, it's just a dude. but that's in the second one. I don't think the beast is mentioned in the first one.
No, I don't remember the Beast.
We'll see if I'm right about that. You're a glutton for punishment. So pick up another box. Well, at least it's self-aware about it now.
Yeah.
Suddenly, you're looking at a man who exclaims, "I lied. The house is alive. You're all gonna die." Unfortunately, you've stumbled into this movie that recounts a birthday party gone horribly wrong. House, The Haunting, House on Haunted Hill, or April Fool's Day. I haven't seen any of these.
I wonder if The Haunting is the movie I can't rewatch. One of these haunted house films is the film I can't rewatch, and I should really figure out which one it is
What
so
is
I can watch
House?
the other ones.
Is that a thing?
Yes, House is a movie by a concept by Fred Decker.
Oh.
Who co-wrote Predator and co-wrote and directed Monster Squad.
Yeah, okay.
It's not that one.
Interesting, but it's not that one.
I'm pretty sure it's not that one.
Okay, so do you want to go for Haunting or House on Haunted Hill? It's probably not April Fool's Day if it's about a birthday party.
Let's go with The Haunting.
Okay, The Haunting. After selecting yet another box, the video store transforms into a dark, sinister room. You feel like you're in a basement. Peering up into the darkness, you discover the ceiling and all the walls are covered with what looks like wax-covered dead bodies. You run as you remember what movie you picked up. Stir of Echoes, The Lawnmower Man, Jeepers Creepers, or Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Sorry, what's the description? I missed the description.
You
of
feel
that.
like you're in a basement. Peering up into the darkness, you discover the ceiling and all the walls are covered with what look like wax-covered dead bodies.
And the
That's all.
films are-
That's all it gives us.
Okay.
Stir of Echoes, Lawnmower Man, Jeepers Creepers, or Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
I don't think it's Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It's definitely not Lawnmower Man. I've not seen the other two.
Okay. So should we just make a guess and say
Yeah.
Jeepers Creepers? I don't know what Stir of Echoes is.
Neither do I.
Returning the movie and picking up a new one, you find yourself face to face with a man yelling at an obviously dismayed police officer. Missing, please, it's the weekend. He's most likely holed up in some hotel somewhere with a girl or a boy, farm animal, whatever. Weren't you ever 18? What movie did you slip into?
That sounds real familiar.
Urban Legend, The Hitcher, John Carpenter's Vampires, or Virus. This is getting harder. And these I've never seen.
Okay, here's the thing. That sounds real familiar to me. And the only one of those that I've actually seen beginning to end is John Carpenter's Vampires. I saw Urban Legend once, but that was a long time ago.
So you think it might be Vampires?
I think it might be Vampires, because I do love that movie.
This is getting scary. You quickly put down the last box and carefully pick up another. All of a sudden, you're alone in a large house. The phone rings. When you pick it up, there doesn't seem to be anyone on the line. Quietly, you say who's there, and then think about scary movies, so that's Scream. And it doesn't even give you multiple choice. You just have to type it in, because that's so obvious. Grasping another video off the ledge, you're transported to a long hallway with flowing red curtains down each side. There are three women crawling on, and then weirdly they did it again. There are three women crawling on the. What was it we were watching that did the sheets thing again?
I don't know.
We were watching something that did that. Was it Iron Fist that just straight up does that scene again? I think it was Iron Fist.
Maybe. I'm not sure. Anyways.
And we gave them that. We were like, well, this does look better here, even though I kind of like that.
It's the same guy,
It's
right?
the one part I like. Oh, that's. Did we decide it was the same guy?
Wasn't he who was announced the showrunner? Like, well, the fights in Electro were terrible, so maybe wasn't that a thing?
That's what it was. We talked about this while we were watching it, and we didn't think to bring that up when we reviewed it. Okay.
Hey, Netflix didn't renew it.
We'll talk about that later too. There are three women crawling on the walls toward another woman standing on the floor. One says, you had him every night in your dreams and you didn't even share. To the woman on the floor, where did these strange women come from? This I don't know. Blade, 13 Ghosts, Dead Ringers, or Dracula 2000?
I've seen Blade and Dracula 2000. Dracula has 3 wives.
Uh-huh.
Maybe Dracula... Do you know who plays Dracula in Dracula 2000?
I knew this at one time.
Gerard Butler.
Oh, okay. Okay, I guess I remember that.
That's my best guess. I haven't seen 13 Ghosts. Well, maybe 13 Ghosts. I haven't seen 13 Ghosts. I don't know.
We'll just take a guess and say it's Dracula 2000. We are past
also
things
directed
I
by
know.
Wes Craven.
This got really hard for me really fast. And I didn't look at these ahead of time. Grabbing another movie from the shelf, you're suddenly transported
Why are we still
into
doing this?
a moving subway. A woman walks over to because it's
The Matrix Revolution?
Because it's the premise, because it's the conceit, Eric. A woman walks over to a priest that's sitting down on the other side of the car and screams, "How's your faith these days, Father? How's your faith?" What movie does the subway car belong to? Lost Souls, The Exorcist, Stigmata, or Bless the Child? Exorcist I've never seen all the way through. Stigmata?
There's no train in The Exorcist.
I have seen.
I was going to guess Stigmata, but I've not seen it. I know it's not The Exorcist. There's no subway in The Exorcist.
Let's go for Stigmata. I can't remember that. It's been over a decade since I've seen that. You're standing...
I might make you watch The Exorcist next year. That's a lovely film.
Yeah. I watched like 20 minutes of it and it was too scary and I didn't finish it. But
really?
But that was a really long time ago.
I have to make you watch it.
I mean, I probably wouldn't have that now.
It's a great film.
But it was a million years ago. We should have done that for this, but you're standing in front of a box, reading it when you're carried to a small room. You realize you're looking in a mirror at a plain girl in a pink semi-formal dress. Behind you, your mother is yelling, they're all gonna laugh at you. You've slipped into what movie?
It's Carrie.
That is Carrie, yeah. Rosemary's Baby was also on that list. You're nearing the middle of the section when one videotape interests you. You pick it up and hear a woman gush, "I am your number one fan." Well, that's misery.
Let's go to a different section. Let's go to like the cartoon section. Let's not keep risking our life. Well, I mean, going to Looney Tunes land.
Suddenly there's this bunny who took a wrong turn at Albuquerque. Reviewing the next video summary, you're transported to a group of friends talking. One girl with black eye makeup and dyed black hair exclaims to another, "You know, in the old days, if a witch betrayed her coven, they would kill
That's
her."
The Craft.
Oh, I've never seen The Craft. Okay. The only things on that list I've seen are Blair Witch Project and the parts of it that I saw. You pick up a box that you hear faint scrappings from. Suddenly you're in a very rundown house. The noise of metal scraping against metal is getting louder as you run down the hallway. You hear children singing.
That's
3, 4 better.
Street.
That's Nightmare on Elm Street. And they didn't give me the choices, so I have to write it.
Once you said metal scraping on metal, I was like, that's probably not right. And then you were like, children singing.
Yeah, well, see, I knew it too, but I was reading. See, so I couldn't interrupt myself. This is the last one. You grab the last movie in the row, and are immediately sitting around a kitchen table with a family. To the left, 2 police officers are questioning your mother. Something is not quite right about this family. It looks like the Cleaver family, but there's something off about the mother. Suddenly she says, "I'm sorry, detective, but we don't allow gum in this house. My mom's a werewolf, serial mom, the dirt on mom, or mama's boy." I've not seen any of those.
I haven't either. I'll guess serial mom because that's what the cover of that movie looks like.
Okay. Let's submit our answers, Eric. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4 is wrong. Oh, it was just Poltergeist. I didn't remember the Beast being brought up in Poltergeist. Okay. 5 is... Well, I messed that up. 5 is The Haunting instead of House on Haunted... No, I'm sorry. We said House on Haunted Hill.
No, we said The Haunting.
We said The Haunting. The answer was House on Haunted Hill.
Okay.
6
Which
is
might
right.
be the movie I can't rewatch. One of these films are.
It was Urban Legend, not John Carpenter's Vampires.
Okay. That would be weird that would stick with me that long.
And we got everything else right.
Great.
We got Serial Mom right.
Nice.
So good job, us. And good job to you for knowing what The Craft was. So, 12 out of 15.
The Craft is a kind of fun film.
The average score is 11 out of 15, so this is apparently not as hard as I think it is, just because I have not watched a lot of these kinds of movies. So anyway, there's our quiz. I hope you guys enjoyed that and playing along at home. We're now going to go on to a little bit of fan art. And, Eric, we have a little bit of fan art that is horror-related. Malik Myers sent us quite a few things. And I should mention... We're going to show a lot of Malik Myers art tonight because he had a couple things that I meant to show last week and started mentioning it, or last show, started mentioning it, and then we got away with ourselves with the conversation, and then I never put them on screen. So we'll have to do those tonight. But the first thing from Malik is a Freddy Krueger.
That's cool.
That's pretty great.
It kind of looks like a Francesco Francavilla kind of a thing.
Oh, yeah, you're right. It does kind of look like that. I'll talk to Malik and consider using that in the thumbnail for... the overview of those. That's pretty cool. He also did a PS4 Spider-Man.
Cool.
The classic suit from that. That looks really cool. And then Malik also did a Constantine. Oop. Constantine.
Cool.
We're going to review the new Constantine movie, the animated movie that just came out on next show, hopefully.
And the graphic novel it's based on.
Yeah.
All his engines.
And then, last thing from Malik, here's a Daredevil he wanted me to show last week also.
Cool.
Yep. So, good job on all your digital art there, Malik. And then we have a couple of things from David Crabtree. Here's a Spider-Gwen.
Cool.
Yep. And that's Eric's review. And then there's an Optimus Prime. Yep. So, good job, guys. There's some fan art this week. We're going to move on now to Geeks Not Nerds. Eric and I have, like I said, a crazy amount of stuff to show you this week. Quick plug for Patreon before we do that. If you want to see early episodes of Superhero Rewind, now 3 days early instead of just one. Also, if you want to see episodes of Geekvolution After Dark, which are available just for Patreon, you can go to, and we're probably going to try to do a Halloween After Dark this time.
Yeah.
That was an idea Eric had, and I was like, oh, we should do that. I don't know what that's going to look like yet, but we're going to try to do that. What it'll look like is it'll probably still have this lighting. It'll probably still have
It'll just
that.
be this again.
Right. That's what it'll look like. We'll just post part of the omnibus and hope nobody notices. No, I'm kidding. $2 a month is all it takes on Patreon. Also, lots of other great perks at different tiers, so go check it out. Patreon.com/Geekvolution. Check out the links in the description for this video. For other things, if you want to send a one-time request, use the email address for details for that. I will do a request for you with just a $20 donation, and also t-shirts and things are in the description there as well. We're going to move on now to Geeks Not Nerds, so keep trucking with us, will you? And if you're watching this in the playlist, you can just let it keep running, and we will talk today about some horror stuff in Geeks Not Nerds. So keep going with us, and in the meantime, I'm Captain Logan.
All right.
See you in a bit.